Quick fun fact. Out of the 50 U.S. states, well, 52 if you include D.C. and Puerto Rico, 21 of those states and territories have one NBA team. Now, that geographical breakdown is how we determine the Eastern and Western conferences. Now, subsequently, that's how we also determine the 6 divisions. And within those divisions, well, you have a lot of drama. We got a lot of news. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of content, bro. All right. So, you're watching your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey. So let's tune in and see what NBA division we're going to talk about today.
The San Antonio Spurs are at the bottom of the West. And it's okay, because I actually said it's okay if they're going to be at the bottom of the West. It's all right. Like, I made that prediction before, that video before the season started. Reason why. Yes, they have talent, but they're still young. So when you factor that in, Victor Wembanyama, let's take a look at the roster, shall we? Because you got Victor Wembanyama actually playing pretty daggone good at 19 points a game with 10 rebounds and also 3.2 blocks. That's disgusting. 3 assists as well. I had to mention the blocks first. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. And then 1.3 steals. After that, you got some complimentary players that I think you can work with. Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sochan, which, mind you, people also be going at a little bit. I understand why these boys are at the bottom of the barrel. Again, they're young. They're also trying to fight an ego battle. Think about it. You've been in the league for a couple seasons, and now you got this new cat who's coming into the league and supposed to take your job. Like, this is supposed to be your team. And now you got somebody else replacing you, essentially. That's an ego bruiser right there. So that's why I say I don't want these boys to get jealous during the NBA season. Hopefully they can get some team chemistry. I actually see some team chemistry starting to form up, believe it or not, despite the win-loss column. But the Spurs have always been a future team. Not a focus on right now team. You watch for Wemby's sake, but you're not really having a lot of expectations for them this season. So again, the Spurs, I'm sorry. It's gonna be a little bit of a season to watch now. But take note of the chemistry that's going on between the players. And again, if there isn't chemistry developing, some of them boys gonna go, because again, Victor Wembanyama is the future of the Spurs. But although the win-loss column is not the best, I do at least like the direction the Spurs are going. And if they ever so much as to get bowl, I think the NBA will be in a world of trouble. But hey, Spurs, y'all doing y'all thing. Like, y'all might get back on top before long, for real. I might be a Spurs fan before you know it. The Dallas Mavericks are currently 6th in the Western Conference. And I got to say, with Kyrie being out, that's actually pretty damn good. And it begs the question, well, he's missed a lot of time. So let's say if Kyrie does come back, right? Where should we expect these daggone Mavs to be? Because, well, Luka's been giving out 50 balls and 30 burgers and whatever the case may be, getting buckets and winning. He's also lost a couple times too. Adding in someone like Kyrie, I think them boys actually might be doing some things. You could be talking about the Dallas Mavericks as contenders. And if you look at it too, it's not just Kyrie and Luka. There are other players on the team actually developing. Dante Exum, Grant Williams, Tim Hardaway Jr., Derek Jones Jr. There are so many players. Derek Lively. There's so many players out here that are actually producing for this Mavs team. They just need to be stars in their roles for Luka and Kyrie to flourish. So again, for me, I heard last year Jamal Murray was the X factor for the Nuggets. And I said not necessarily. I understand, that he's the best supporting cast member for Jokic, right? And I think that's what we're looking at with Kyrie. Except I think Kyrie actually is a little bit better than Jamal Murray, believe it or not. So, we got we got Luka playing at an MVP-ish level. We got Kyrie Irving potentially coming back and getting to that all-star level. We might need to talk about this duo as one of the better ones. Top 5. Like, maybe they can get to that contending level. Again, Mavs, y'all are starting to impress me, and I'm starting to get a little excited. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing y'all thing out there on that basketball court. But it's a long season though, so let's see what happens as the season progresses. But Mavericks are doing pretty smooth right now. I might be putting some money down on them occasionally. The New Orleans Pelicans are 7th in the Western Conference. Now, I got to say this, bro, because this is kind of surprising. I thought they'd be a little higher. I understand why they're 7th, but then again, I kind of don't. Let's talk about it. I'm looking at their stars. Zion, Brandon Ingram. These are 2 Duke products, ladies and gentlemen, so you know this hurts me deeply. I'm a Duke fan. But when I'm looking at these boys, really, let's look at the stats for the whole team, shall we? We got here, Brandon Ingram is giving me 23 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, you know what I'm saying, a steal. Zion giving me 22, 6, and 5, a steal. That's cool. I'm expecting y'all to dominate. When I'm looking at this team, I see 5 players, all with double-digit scoring. So I understand why y'all aren't dominating in scoring. We're at 22, 23 points. That's sufficient. For me, I'm looking at both of y'all defensively. I don't think y'all are active enough. Personally, Zion, I'm surprised that you just getting 6 rebounds, champ. Like, I would expect more so 8. I would hope more so 6 from Brandon Ingram. That'd be optimistic. I'm going to be cool with 5. But again, defensively and activity-wise, I need to see more out of you guys. Herbert Jones, he's averaging a block. He about y'all height. How come he came to, and he's the defensive specialist on the team. So I'm expecting him to do so. But Zion, he don't have the physical tool sets than you do. Like, he can't jump the same way you can. So how come he getting the block and you can't? Ingram, I thought you were about 6'6", 6'7", lanky. You can't block either? Come on, fellas. As the stars and leaders of this team, I'm expecting you guys to do those things. That's going to help fuel the team even more so. Imagine if y'all doing that. Imagine if they're playing a little bit more on the defensive end. This Pelicans team, they wouldn't be 7th. They'd be top 3. And I put a lot of money on that because they're that talented. This is the deepest team, arguably, in the NBA, especially for me. So I would love to see y'all boys get a little bit more active and start dominating on the defensive end. And stop messing up my parlays. Makes no sense why y'all let the Grizzlies beat y'all twice. Damn. The Houston Rockets are currently 10th in the Western Conference. Bro, I told y'all they're going to go at least to the play-in. They have a good shot. And be on the lookout, because this was a storyline of mine before the season started. So I'm happy they proving me right. And then I also said Alperen Sengun and Jalen Green will be making a little, or at least some noise for the All-Star selection. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to be All-Stars. Make some noise for All-Star selection. And while Jalen Green not really up to that par, he's making some noise. Alperen Sengun, that man might be in the All-Star games this season. But here's the thing. Some of y'all have actually, like, I saw a post about the Pokemon reference, right? To Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. And Alperen Sengun is Charmander, the lowest level Pokemon. And then you got Domantas Sabonis as the Charmeleon, the next level. And then Nikola Jokic as Charizard. I'm going to just say this right now. I understand where we're coming from with that. I would just like to point out, well, the boy is actually closer to Charmeleon than Charmander, personally. Let's look at the difference between, well, Alperen Sengun, Nikola Jokic, and Domantas Sabonis. Because if you're looking at the scores or the box scores for the Rockets in Sengun, as y'all seeing, 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 0.8 blocks. That ain't bad. Now, when I read off these lists for the stats for Sabonis and Jokic, it's a little bit different. Sabonis, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 0.8 blocks, 0.6 steals. 0.8 blocks, 0.8 steals, 0.6 blocks. Nikola Jokic, 26 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 1.2 steals, 0.8 blocks. Don't sound too far off from Alperen Sengun, does it? So again, Nikola Jokic, it's a solid little gap. Domantas Sabonis, you're -1 points off, 3 points more, 2 assists more, negative -0.2 steals, and negative -0.2 blocks away. That's okay. Like that's all. Like I said, he's closer to Charmeleon than y'all are letting on to be. So again, Sengun, he might be that dude. He might be all right. And I'm happy for the Rockets because, hey, they got a good coach, they got a good supporting cast, and a possible young star. Let's see what happens with these Rockets. Will they blast off or will they falter at the end? Still a little early. The Memphis Grizzlies are currently 12th in the Western Conference. And I got to say, right now, point in time, I don't care about none of them. I'm trying to focus on Ja Morant because I can't get over this, bro. Listen, it was a stupid decision to me to come back after your 25-game suspension. And you come back, one, you messed up my parlay, right? Then two, you do a dance that looks way too similar to the whole gun incident. Like the fact I don't want to see you do anything gun related. I don't care if you hit a 3 and go like this the way Mikal Bridges does, or do like this. Nothing like that. I don't like nothing at all. I don't care. You're not the one to do it. The dance, I understand. You're in New Orleans. It's a New Orleans dance. I get it. Your ass can't do it. That's the thing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he can do it. Jamal Murray, he can do it. Trey Wilder, he can do it. Ja Morant, And so for the fact that you did it so early tells me lessons learned where there were none. You gonna go down with the ship, which I can respect to a degree. It's just unnecessary attention. And respectfully, you could have still been the face of the league or a face of the league. And that might have to go bye-bye. Talent-wise, oh yeah, nah, you definitely could. But to me, this says immaturity. I'm questioning the business decisions. Like, I'm trying to read between the lines. Because again, brother, all you had to do was come back and not do anything gun-related. That's all. That's all. But, you know, you young, I get it. I understand. I just didn't think it was that bright. I really didn't. I thought it highlighted immaturity. Could have done something else. But someone gonna see this video and be like, oh, you're out of touch. Oh, the dance is in New Orleans. I already said that. Y'all out of touch. Hurting this man's pockets, potentially. But we'll see what happens. Because maybe he just that dude, and maybe nothing matters to Ja Morant. Maybe.
Sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. Whether with coworkers, friends, family, we all love the entertainment. Well, here on Get a Bucket, my goal is to talk about sports and its cultural impact. The WNBA, for example. The WNBA is loads of entertainment, from the new rookies battling, displaying their skill sets, and preparing to take the league by storm, to the Titans and the MVPs of the league clashing for battles we'll always remember. From imagining the soon-to-be possibilities to admiring and treasuring the finales. Get a Bucket is a platform where other sports analysts, hoopers, coaches, and fans of the show come and talk about the WNBA, both negatives and positives. So if you haven't, take a quick peek. At the very least, you'll have a good time. Remember, sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. So please, tune in and stay connected. Didn't I tell you there was drama? Didn't I tell you there was news? Didn't I tell your ass you were gonna like it? Like, bro, there's so much to talk about within the divisions. Like, it's crazy. But don't worry though, we will definitely have more to talk about. There's so much more to talk about. So don't be upset. But look, please continue to support the page. You know, like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of your favorite show's favorite show, Get a Bucket. Hope you all have a good one. Take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody, and most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.